Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Cosmic Insight Astrology. I am your co-pilot Krisztina. Today I'm here with the Pisces new moon, which is going to square Jupiter and also going to conjunct a lot of asteroids. So it's going to conjunct Cassandra, Heracles, Gabriella, Freya, and also asteroid child as well. So we're going to talk about that. I did way ahead the video right now because of I'm going to have my 50th birthday on 3 days before, and I don't know where are we going to end up or traveling. So I just wanted to make sure you guys are updated with these videos and you will have the right information from me. If you're new to my channel, please check me out and subscribe, like and comment below. Every single like and comments going to help me a lot. I'm going to try to timestamps. Actually, Stephanie Hall is the one who is helping me to timestamp, and thank you so much, Stephanie. Tomeska, thank you so much. I have a lot of originals here, and some of you are following me for a long time already. Thank you so much to supporting my channel and being here and my work and being here with me. I love Pisces new moon actually because of the thing is my sun is in 4-degree Pisces, and I also have Jupiter in rulership. And we're going to talk about the Sabian symbol, and we're going to also talk about actually the square with Jupiter and also the mythology behind those asteroids. And we're going to talk about each individual signs. And as you know, during the lunation, I always provide you a short, breathing exercise, or maybe just like a short meditation. So stay with me. All right, guys, I have right now a new kind of process because I try to do also a slideshow, maybe just because I'm learning right now a lot of things on computer and I'm willing to do that. So you can also read it if my accent is hard for you. So, or if you are visual like me, you need to see something written down and it could be really helpful. So let's talk about first of all the first decan, because it's going to happen at 9 degrees and how many minutes? I have the 40 minutes, 9 degrees, 40 minutes. So that is the first decan. That is very Piscean, Pisces energy, right? What is Pisces actually in the zodiacal cycle? It is rules the 12th house, right? So it actually includes every single sign before it, right? So it is the eternal womb. It is a very psychic sign. It's ruled by Jupiter and ruled by Neptune. So the recent avatar is Neptune, and the old avatar, the old Lord of Pisces is Jupiter. But Jupiter was Pisces at nighttime, okay? So it's totally different like in Sagittarius. And if you have any Pisces placement, stellium, sun, moon, rising sign, you will be one of the golden child of the zodiac, because of Jupiter gonna go to exaltation and it's going to trine with your sign, right? And also because of the North Node in Pisces, also very Jupiterian. So that's also going to make you magical and really abundant. All right, guys. So the archetype over here, Neptune rules Poseidon. In Greek mythology rules actually the sea, the ocean, the Pisces. And Pisces sign is actually two fishes going against each other. So one of them is going with the flow and the other one is swimming across the current. So that is a really, really dual energy over here. And it's a true duality, just like Gemini is also duality. Pisces also represent duality. And the first decan is adding an additional flavor, an additional creativity, an additional forgiveness and compassion for this new moon. New moon is always when the sun and the moon merge together in heaven. So the lovers come together, the father and the mother, they dance together. There is no moonlight whatsoever. It's total dark. Something new is emerging. It's also really good during this or any kind of new moon to plant a seed and see it growing. The new moon always representing a cycle. It starts with the new moon and it's going to end actually with this lunar eclipse in Pisces, September 7th. Going to happen. Not yes, the lunar eclipse, which is going to be a full moon. So the new moon and the full moon. The new moon is the beginning. The full moon is the ending. When the story going to unfold for all of us, right? What is Pisces? Pisces is empathy. It is also telepathy. It is hypnosis. It rules hospitals, orphanages, jails, veterans, homelessness, art, script writing, photography, filmography. It is higher octave of Venus, Neptune. So it is a total compassion. It's unconditional love, absolutely unconditional. When a mother sees the babies the first time and it is a wanted child, right? That unconditional love, what you feel, that much endorphin, that is actually Pisces over here and Neptune over here. So it is also imagination, but Pisces could be very destructive because could be also always complaining, the martyr all the time. It is the alcohol and drug abuse as well, subconscious. It could also, what else? Yeah, so that is Pisces over here, and Neptune and Jupiter. All right, so then we're gonna go and then we're going to talk actually the Sabian symbol a little bit. And I put that over here on the slide for you guys. So what is the Sabian symbol? The Sabian symbol, because it starts from 0 degree, we always have to actually check, not the 9 degrees because it happens 9 degrees 42 minutes. It is the 10 degrees. So the Sabian symbol of the Pisces 10 degrees is an aviator in the clouds. So what does it mean? As you can tell, it is something to do what is going to evoke your imagination also. It's going to change your perspective right now. You're going to have actually, because it's in the clouds, you're going to be maybe very, very lucid and lucid dreamings and very compassionate, very artsy. You're going to choose a path. Right now, maybe you are going to a vision task. Maybe you are practicing some kind of Native American medicine. Maybe you are going to drink some peyote or doing ayahuasca retreat, combo, or whatever, San Pedro right now, but definitely opening your heart chakra or getting closer to the Akashic record, right? So you are choosing a direction which is very mystical direction. A lot of people going to have vivid dreams. A lot of people going to see the unseen and connect with the unseen. That is very, very visionary and Piscean energy as well. All right. So very, very artsy energy as well. So let's see. For example, Edgar Casey was also actually Pisces, and Justin Bieber, the very creative and really good singer. Tony Robbins, actually, also Pisces, and Tony Robbins helps a lot of homelesses and underprivileged families. So just see the character of Pisces over here, guys. All right, so what is it going to conjunct with? So first of all, you have to understand it's also going to square with Jupiter, all right? Jupiter is in Gemini. Jupiter is in detriment. Jupiter is not well received right now. Jupiter is all about growth, and it is the mm, Santa Claus personality, the giver and the traveler. And Jupiter is very generous. It's all about abundance and prosperity and growth, and it is your fairy godfather, right? So the square, because it's in detriment, and it's in detriment in Gemini, actually, and Gemini rules the third house, which is anything to do with education, short distance traveling, neighborhood, community, your close relatives, niece, nephews, uncle, aunts, anything to do with communication devices, cars, for example. It's in detriment, it's a square. So we might going to actually have some kind of issues with certain cars, or because of Pisces rules the oil and it's a square, we might, and some country might be out of gas. And I'm going to go to the mundane after this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because maybe BRICS nation, for example, not going to allow some kind of European countries or America because of the new tariff system to have actually gas, and they're not going to actually import or export for them. So that could be the issue over here. But Jupiter also education, and it's lower grade education until high school, right? So there could be some kind of issue. Maybe they're going to take away the fund for arts or anything to do with spirituality. They're not going, maybe they're going to force some kind of religion in the school, but not allowing different kind of spirituality, right? So this could be a law around this kind of situation. And it could be a little foggy. Miscommunication, a lot of miscommunication. For example, there could be something to do with famous people, singers. I would assume something to do with P. Diddy, and they might going to try to hide the, what is that? Oh my God, I forget the word. Hide the things that they already have on court and in the system, or they can delete it, and they're not going to have enough information about, this trial. But it also could bring in actually, bring out more gossips, for example, because Pisces could be gossip as well and square with Jupiter, and it's a big, big gossip somehow. All right. Then what else we're going to have? It's also going to conjunct multiple asteroids. And the asteroid is going to be actually Cassandra. Cassandra in Greek mythology was really, really gifted and very, very prophetic, but nobody wanted to believe in her. So we're going to have a few psychic coming up and talking about prophetic, or maybe Nostradamus. They're going to say, nothing was really. Whatever was prophetic about him, nothing really happened yet the way he said. So they try to deny the prophets over here. That's what it means, because of they're not going to believe, or actually because of Jupiter in Gemini, and it's also squares with Cassandra, they're gonna censorship the things what we are talking about on YouTube. People who has visions or astrologers. So it could be really, really challenging, and they can dismiss us, right? And then it's also going to conjunct with Hercules. Let me see if you have, yeah, I put that on slideshow, a little bit of information for you guys over here. So Hercules actually, it's heroic labor, right? It is strength and perseverance as well, and courage, but also representing human struggle as well, right? Because it's going to encourage us to confront our challenges and to become resilient and try to overcome it on our own. And Gabriella is nothing very specific in mythology with Gabriella, but it could be Archangel Gabriel. So it could be actually some kind of divine message from the Archangel, spiritual guidance for us. As I said, a lot of people going to, for example, download information from the Akashic record. You might going to see people who are saying like, oh my God, overnight, I wrote a book and I don't know where did I get it from, but I just wrote a book and it came from the universe. I have to, this is something mint and rosemary, because I try to keep myself awaken because I work so much and I have to focus, and it's actually helped me focusing. All right. So then it's Freya, and that is actually North mythology. Freya is the goddess of love, beauty, and fertility, and it's also going to conjunct with the moon, and the moon itself is the feminine, divine, right? The moon itself, it's our passion and compassion as well. And it is also anything to do with nurturing, fertility, nurturing. So there will be also like Maybe there is some kind of new situation coming in with fertility or abortion laws. That's what I accept during this time. And because it's squaring with Jupiter, it could be something what we're not going to like, for example. And it's also going to conjunct child, asteroid child, which is actually the innocence inside, right in us. That is our inner child. That is or absolutely pure tubula rosa over there, which is like totally pure and innocent. And we will need to connect with that. And we might going to connect our inner child through some kind of hypnotherapy, or maybe we go actually to do an ayahuasca, and you see that, you see what you went through karmically in your life. So that could happen for a lot of us right now. Yes, and then we're going to go to mundane perspective over here, and I don't know if I did put a little bit of oil and gas exports actually. We're going to have conflict in trade and some kind of tension over here with export import. And why is that? Right? Because of Pisces rules the ocean, and anything to do with the boats, anything to do with cruise ships as well. And Jupiter is global trade, right? So over here, what we're going to have some kind of issues with shipping rights and anything to do with some kind of disputes with over oil export as well, what I said. So some country, for example, not necessarily going to get oil, and it could be or natural gas as well, and it could actually affect the heating in some European countries because it's winter time right now. So we're going to see the oil prices fluctuate right now. So it's going to go up really high, and then it's going to go down as well. And it's going to be definitely unstable. And, Neptune also inflation. So we're going to see something with inflation as well. And then we're going to have some kind of issue with limited gas supplies because, for example, Russia is going to say, all right, if you are in NATO and letting in NATO close to my area, then, or if you gang up with America, you're not going to actually get any kind of gas from us. So it could, affect the winter could be very cold, and they're not going to be able to put heat on. Then it could also affect actually the Chinese energy imports and also from the Middle East as well, because we still have war. Right now, when I'm doing this video, Trump actually gave till Saturday for Hamas to release all the, victims and right now hostages. So right now, but victims as well. If they want, obviously, then they're gonna start to bomb again. And can you imagine poor Palestinian went back right away when the ceasefire and walk miles to go back to that rumble? And if something happens, and Hamas is not Palestinian, right? And Hamas actually was made by Israel. So just so you know, go back to history, don't shame me or don't try to F-bomb me, go and learn about this situation. So poor people over there who are actually, and I always tell to everyone, because of my grandfather was Jewish, just don't even come up with any kind of, like trying to shame me over here if I have an opinion or I have knowledge actually about this situation. But for them, they are working back. If Hamas is not willing to get all the people back, or maybe somebody already died, perhaps, it could be possible, then it's obvious, right? Then they're going to fire again. And I said it before in my video, somehow I feel like the ceasefire is not going to continue over here. They're going to, from Israel's side, it's not going to stop right away. So, all right, so that could happen, right? And so the supply chain issues, right? Because between also China or Middle East as well, or between China and America as well, right? Because of there is the BRICS nation going to stop supporting America, and that's a fact. So that is politics, and just I want to tell you something, guys. They are not there for us. So no matter who did you vote for, they are not there for you or for me. They are there for themselves. Power is, it's very intoxicating. and some really likes power. All right. And then it could be something to do with, also pirate actions as well. So we will have to have more security and increase security. Why is that? Because we will see more pirates on not necessarily on the Caribbeans, but everywhere in the oceans, which is going to affect our export import, right? So a lot of boats are transferring goods, and those cargo ships could be sinked, or it could be could be attacked somehow. So definitely. And also it could actually increase smuggling with cargo ships to coming from underprivileged countries and going to Europe or whatever, but through cargo ships. Because, Pisces originally, it's also homelessness as well, and immigration as well, obviously. So it could be something like that. And don't forget what I'm doing the video right now. It's not only for this new moon, it's going to unfold within 6 months over here. Yes. So, yes, so the import and export, for example, some kind of issue with Saudi Arabia and maybe, between Israel or Iran and between Israel. You can see that as well coming up right now. All right, and there could be something to do with drilling oil. So we're going to maybe learn about that. But because of the square to Jupiter, which rules this new moon, very important, the ruler actually is in square with this moon, and it's in detriment. So it could be something like we're going to learn about that. They started to drill, and so somehow there is an oil spill, right? So it could bring that as well. But definitely, something to do with Yemen, something to do, or the African countries over there. And, drug smuggling on the Caribbean, we can see, and also we can see that kind of pirate activities going to actually increase. Also, yes, I forget to talk about that, but flooding and water-related natural disasters. Why? Because Pisces is everything about big amount of water, and it's a new moon. So it could start, right now it's winter, but spring is coming soon. And during the spring, that big amount of snow, what fall, obviously it's going to melt. So definitely we can have some kind of risk over here for the shorelines to get flooded, right? Anything to do with Philippines and the Indonesian little islands over there, something to do with Japan. But because of at this moment when I'm doing this video, we also have Uranus and Sun square today, and we did have the full moon in Leo square Uranus and Argol just tomorrow, because I'm doing that February 11th. So actually, it's also going to unfold within, it's a synodic cycle, so it's going to unfold within 3 to 6 months. So that it's going to be a lot more earthquake, and earthquake brings tsunamis. So it brings water in, and there is the Piscean element in it, but it could be tsunamis as well. So it's obvious over here. Very, very heavy rains, for example, we're going to experience in South America. It could be another flood from the Mississippi River, because I can see that happening also in America. And then we're going to have some kind of issues with pharmaceuticals and some kind of medical disruptions. It could be also something to do with diabetes pills. Maybe the price is going to rise up, as I said, because if there is pirates activities, then we're going to have less pills, and also because of the tariff. Right now, even the Mexican prime minister answered back to Trump, and it says, we can have and we can use other countries. There is another 7 billion people who we can actually team up with, and we can use their product, right? So if you want to do this, we can act otherwise here. So obviously, there is going to be inflation because of Neptune is involved with North Node the same time when the new moon going to happen. And you always have to check not just the ruler of the moon, the ruler of the moon is Neptune and Jupiter, and Neptune still in rulership in Pisces and conjunct with North Node, right? But Saturn still over there, right? So yeah, it could bring in a lot of flood-related, weather-related issue as well, and hurricanes, early hurricanes and tsunamis as well, because of the earthquake going to be present. We're going to change. I told you guys many times, even 2 years ago, the 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 geography of the earth is changing. The land is going to emerge, and also we're going to rewrite the map as well, right? So it's very obvious what's happening with Gaza right now. They just wanted to take over. The demolishing have finished, right? And then they're going to rebuild, I don't know, more Trump towers, right? So that's what's happening right now. But definitely there are going to be some kind of trade issues. And listen to me, because of Venus is exalted in Pisces, right? Venus is anything to do with diabetes pills and things like that. So because of that tariff, it might be like the companies where we are actually exporting and importing in America or diabetes pills, it might be like not gonna be available. So something could happen. That's why I tell everyone, what, make sure you also have bitter melon berberine, even if you are on insulin. If you have diabetes 2, not diabetes 1, but diabetes 2, then, just also have cinnamon at home and everything. So make sure at least you have supplements over there, and you will be fine. All right, then because of Neptune is inflation, Saturn is deflation, and Saturn is in Pisces, right? So there will be like changing in oil price, gas price, inflation, deflation, something going to get deflated. Why? Because if we don't have it, if we don't have, for example, enough diabetes pill, it's gonna deflate the price, right? Um, and other, maybe the value of the dollar is going to go down, or maybe the cryptocurrency is going to go down. But I would think it's more pharmaceutical because it's Pisces related, right? And it's more like coffee plantation could get flooded because Saturn is coffee undeveloped land. So it could be something with coffee import, export happening also, right? But on the good hand, it was all bad news right now, but on the good hand, we're going to have a renaissance of the art, which I'm really happy about. So it's going to be something like, but it's square Jupiter again. So the square itself, it's not necessarily very good, right? It could push us forward, so it's not totally bad, but because it squares with the ruler of the moon, that's why, and it's in detriment, that's why it's actually going to signify the square over here, the bad energy over here. So for example, what we can see over here, that you will see a lot of people selling the house here, the Canadian, for example, who always wanted to come to Florida because of the new rules. So there is going to be difference in the price of real estate as well. And then the art and film entertainment, for example. All right, so here it is. Because of Pisces also rules imagination, and it rules photography, filmography, script writing, and it rules the singers as well. And Gemini is actually anything to do with media and journalism, and because it's a square and it's in detriment, it's a misinformation over here. So it could be something to do with, for example, that it's new movies are coming up and new documentaries, which is going to cover the underprivileged, or, the difference between the good and bad, or difference between the very rich and very poor kind of situation. But the narrative, the way they are narrated these movies or documentaries, it will be censored because of they don't want to have people know about it, for example. So it could happen. Or, there is the Oscar gonna go actually on March 10th, so right after this moon. And it's still Piscean energy. The Oscar always happening during Pisces season. And there could be some kind of film censorship right before the Oscar. And they are like, it was nominated, but actually it can be shown because of I don't know, maybe it's connected to the Middle East, right? So it could be something like that. And then there could be some kind of peace movement, compassionate peace movement, and artistic movement as well. A lot of people going to actually really create beautiful arts, right? And it's going to be actually showcasing what's happening on the earth, and we're going to connect compassionately. That it's going to be a lot of meditation and a lot of new meditation, you know, uh, new films, new movies, new photographies coming out, and peaceful protest, for example. There gonna be definitely musical scandal or famous people scandals as well. But as I said, also it's allowing us to maybe to debate about things which we feel compassionate about, the people who are pushed on the edge of society, and we're going to find compassion in our heart and going to try to help for those people somehow. It could be some kind of issue also with homelessness and immigration, because Pisces rules the immigration. So it is the deportation itself, or maybe the immigration papers, it's going to be harder to get, right? Harder to get an asylum, harder to get any kind of work permits or things like that. In any kind of country, it's not just the US. I'm talking about it in general as well. And then, Pisces is dance as well, but it's more graceful. It's more like ballroom dance and ballet. So new pieces going to come out, and mystical arts going to be really, really important. A lot of people going to do tarot cards and readings, and as I said, like, and also they could be like, okay, is it a PTSD for someone who got trauma, raped or a veteran, and let's go and let's implement some kind of ballet therapy or something to do with ballroom dancing or dance or painting, something to do with creativity. It's going to be very, very important to do some kind of creative project because of it's going to heal people. And definitely also we're going to make sure the people who are in addictology and in those addictology centers, then they are healing through art as well. Right? So imagination, that's very, very important. All right. So then we're going to go uh, all right, here it is. We're going to go sign by sign, and you can see yours over here. That is Aries rising, sun and moon. The new moon going to happen in your 12th house, and Jupiter in detriment in Gemini in your 3rd house. 12th house, anything to do with your subconscious dreams. It's illusion, delusion. It is addiction as well, mental health. It is your hidden enemies as well, and the underprivileged, hospital, hotels. And it's also the 3rd house, anything to do with your craftsmanship, with your website, neighborhood, neighbors, younger siblings, your relatives, right? And also your course as well. Anything to do with journalism and communication. So that is a square over here. So you might going to actually have something like somebody's actually gossiping about you, and it could be someone who is maybe a close friend or a neighbor or a sibling, and they are not telling, they are very judgmental with you, and you're going to feel upset. And it could be also like, you know what, because of there is the 12th house, you're going to have a lot of lucid dreaming, a lot of prophetic dreaming. As I said, you can write a manuscript overnight to download from the Akashic record. And also you're going to have, maybe you're going to read a lot of books, right? And it is going to be spiritual book, or you're going to go to an ayahuasca treatment, for example, or you're going to start to podcast, but just work behind the scene first. And it could be anything about spirituality or afterlife or eternal life, for example, something like that. You don't want drama, but there could be some kind of hidden enemy, as I said, and the hidden enemy could come from your neighborhood, for example. You might going to have some kind of nightmares or insomnia. If you do so, you can use magnesium in your bathtub, or actually you can also use colloidal gold, because colloidal gold is actually helping nightmares as well. Then we going to, then it also could be like from a foreign country, faraway country, you can have some kind of hidden contract. It could be something to do with inheritance, and it could be like you have an aunt, uncle you didn't know about, but they passed away, and you will be called in because you have some kind of, inheritance coming in, for example. Also, you will really feel very strong about to go to a retreat, for example, or go to an island or go nearby ocean, for example, to get energy and to feel your essence as well. And there is going to be a lot of mystical synchronicity. You're going to see the archangels, your spirit guide, and you're going to feel it very, very strongly. There could be someone from the past who can reach out, or you can become with a friend who you go to retreat to. Careful, because the energy is not very well right now, and maybe they're going to mislead you, right? All right, then Taurus rising, sun and moon, it's going to happen in your 11th house and second house. Second house, anything to do with your earned money, that is values, that is the food, what you eat, and that is your morals, that's your self-confidence, right? Self-worth, actually, and your sidekick job. And then the 11th house, anything to do with hopes and wishes, long-term wishes, anything to do with the money, what you make from your career. It's also professional leaks. It's also luck. You can win with 11th house as well. So you might going to experience actually something like a friendship or a social circle or networking area. A friend is going to ask money from you, and you might going to have issue to get it back from the friend. So it could actually bring in some kind of drama, or maybe you networking and somebody said, oh, this is a good product, and buy it, and then you find out this is a scam somehow because they over promising, and you invest in something. You can start a crowdfund, or to do something Jupiterian energy, invest in APR or commodities, and then you are like, oh my God, I should not have, because actually it's turned out to be disaster over here. There could be also something to do with an old friend is coming back, and or an old actually issue with a friend coming back to you, and it's creating some kind of drama. If you are actually, a member of a group, and it's a high activity group, a VIP group, there could be, you can see it even in college, university, secret society, something like that. You can see those communities actually have a lot of hypocrisy over there, and you will not belong from there. You will realize. There could be some kind of unexpected gain, actually, because 11th house could bring in some kind of unexpected gain as well, from some kind of creative project. But you have to be careful, because of as fast it comes, it can go as well, right? Or, for example, there could be some kind of financial investment with a friend or with a group which are going to have a valuable lesson later on. Also, you will feel a little bit disconnected with your long-term goals. You will feel like you work hard, but somehow it's not going to unfold you the way you want, or not as fast as you want. You have challenge and challenge and challenge. But you know what? I always tell, just kick it on the side and keep going. And one day, it will actually, when the moon is going to be better, I mean, the square is going to be over, then it will become actually a lot better, right? All right, so then also it could bring in an unexpected travel, short-term travel for you. Or you might have to buy a new car, and you have to spend more money. And you're gonna love the car, but to spending the money, it will be like, maybe it wouldn't be the best over here. Gemini rising sun and moon, it's going to happen actually in your, why did I went to Cancer? So here is the Taurus. Okay, and Gemini rising sun and moon is going to happen in your 10th and in your first house. So first house, everything about you. That's your avatar. That's the mask what you wear, right? It is everything to do with your life, every area of your life and your vitality, your body. And then and the 10th house is your career, your reputation, your public image, that honor and recognition over there. So there could be some kind of new career opportunity what is represent itself, because the new moon always going to bring in something new, but the square with the ruler in Jupiter going to bring in the conflict, but the conflict not necessarily be not going to be able to overcome, but it could be difficult. So the new moon is always a new seed over here. So what's going to happen over here? You might going to have some kind of opportunity or promotion, because you did a project, but maybe the project is really unclear and it's very vague, and maybe they're going to actually, okay, you can get this promotion, but you should work harder because I didn't like your project, kind of conflict here. You can also have some kind of tension between you and your authority figure, a father figure, or also you can actually have conflict with a boss, a CEO. Then it could be like, all right, I'm in public eyes, and then I do a mistake, I misspoken, I said something that I shouldn't have, maybe online, maybe on social media. So I know I need to correct myself. So this could happen as well, some kind of public mistake. And then it could be also like, all right, I love this promotion, it brings in more money, this is my career over here, but somehow I don't feel it fulfilling. I need to have a new purpose right now. And because of Neptune and North Node also conjunct for you guys over here, definitely you will have a better career coming in the next 18 months. But it is just going to make you think, is it this one what I really want? So you definitely going to reconsider to clear out the path for your career, right? Or maybe you're going to get an honor and recognition, but the honor and recognition, what you're going to get and from you're going to get from, you're not going to take it because that is a person who has no integrity. Maybe they offer you money and it's some kind of bribe money. And then you are Jupiter is law, right? And you are, I'm not taking it. I don't want to go to jail kind of situation here. And then there could be some kind of misunderstanding with coworkers or the people who you work together, definitely. Or actually, it's also could be some kind of misunderstanding with a doctor, because the 10th house is professionals, who we choose. It could be your attorney or your doctor, and it could be some kind of misunderstanding, or you're going to fire your attorney or your doctor as well. It could be also like you write an email and it's going to get misinterpreted or actually get away from the person who you wrote, and then it's some kind of important things in it, and you are like, oh my God, I really needed to answer for that, and right now it's got disappeared. What am I gonna do, right? So you will feel definitely more in public eye and every eye on you, and you might not going to like that at this moment. And you're also going to have to choose career over family responsibility, and your family might going to actually miss you right now. Yes, and it could also actually represent somebody from work going to suddenly move out, suddenly leave, disappear, and then you have to take on to that kind of role until they're not coming back. All right, Cancer rising sun and moon, it's going to happen actually in your ninth house and in your 12th house. Ninth house, anything to do actually with your older siblings, that is export, import, YouTubing, podcasting, publishing, that is anything to do with visa, passport, foreign travel, legal matters, spirituality, but legal matters in a sense of Jupiterian energy, it's law, right? And philosophy, religion over there. And the ninth and the 12th was anything to do with your subconscious, anything to do with underprivileged, jail, incarceration, anything to do with hospitalization, and anything to do with hidden enemies as well, addiction and illusion, delusion, fogginess, right? So there could be some kind of opportunity coming to go for abroad, but the flight going to get delayed, or you lose your visa or passport, your passport not up to date. So it could be also like there is an old beliefs what needs to be changed, and you have some kind of conflict inside in you. And, like, for example, you are marrying right now the second time, and the person has a different religion. Maybe you are a Christian and he's a Jew, and then they want you to convert to Judaism and you are not ready yet. Or maybe the person is Buddhist or you are, and they want you to have Christianity. Any kind of mix and match over here could confuse you. But there's also could be like some legal matters. You need to go to for your citizenship, or maybe to get your green card or some kind of visa, and you need additional paperwork to be done, some kind of bureaucratic crap over here where you are like, all right, I need to work more for this, and it could be very overwhelming. Also, if you have a teacher or mentor, you might going to get disappointed because maybe you see your teacher to be drunk, or maybe snoring cocaine or whatever. And then you are like, oh my God, I put all my emphasis. Or maybe the mentor or the person who you change religion for, or new philosophy, they are thieves and petty thieves or something like that, or gossiping, and or just not honest, no integrity, and you're going to get very disappointed in that. Yes, so on the other cases, it could be something in university, for example, ninth house, you expected some kind of big announcement over there, or, certification, and you find out this is not even credited, this university you went in. If you have book or some kind of documentary to actually publish, it could delay the process right now, but later on it definitely could come in. And if you wanted to relocate right now, you might going to start to hesitate, and you are like, okay, where should I really go right now? So or the other thing is you can be also called to practice astrology, mythology, anything to do with you might going to go to retreats or hypnotherapy, for example, reincarnation hypnosis during this time. And definitely you're going to be very lucid, guys. Leo rising sun and moon, it's going to happen in your 8th house, and Jupiter is in your 11th house. So what's going to happen over here? I'm going to hurry up because I need to pick up Matan. Anything to do with shared finances, intimacy, and debt, and tax, and abortion, miscarriage, surgeries, anything to do, that's the 8th house. Also, it's your significant other money, and also it's prenups as well. It's detectives as well, so solving issues. If you have anything to do with, for example, stolen identity, it could bring in some kind of positive change over here. At least, you hear something about it. And then Jupiter is in your 11th house of society, and that's your social circle, that is your online circle, that is your team, your league. And 11th house, anything to do with long-term goals, winning as well, and it's money from your career. So definitely there will be some kind of money coming into the career, and it could be taxed very heavily. So you got a big amount of promotion, but somehow or you win the lottery and you just say you won like $10 million, but you get 3 million or 4, and you kind of upset because of that much taken by taxes over here. That also could be like a past kind of that could be resurfaced, right? And also it could be something to do with intimacy. So maybe there is a friendship zone and you have a fling with someone, and it comes out, and people going to judge for you for that, because it's a friend, and why did you, started a relationship with someone, and you friend with that is your girlfriend, ex-husband or something like that, and it could be very awkward later on. Then also you can have some kind of family secret. It's not even secrets, but I would think like some kind of debt of the family, and you find out, and you are trying to see like how can you have to pay that off, right? How can you have the person to go to surgery and have a good insurance? It could be as well. All right, and you're going to have a lot more interest in occult studies as well because it's 8 houses occultism. You can go and have a shrink right now, and maybe your friend is referring the shrink, and maybe the shrink going to say something about you and your session to the friend, and you're not gonna like that. But definitely psychology, astrology, and tarot you're going to get interested in. This is a really, really emotional turning point for you guys. And you're also going to go on a journey which is going to transform your health and body as well. All right, and then you will feel really drawn to shadow work and to know yourself. Virgo rising sun and moon, it's going to happen in your seventh house, and let me see. And Jupiter is in your 10th house of career recognition and your social status over there. And the seventh house is everything to do with your partnership, right? Legal matters, even it's the followers from social media. So this is the public image is changing right now, right? Because Jupiter is there. And you might going to experience like something like, like I want to have this job, but it's still not bringing as much money as I want to. Or maybe I get a promotion, but my significant other doesn't like it because of I work too much and I'm far away from him or her, and the distance is killing our relationship. It could be also like something is really, really misleading over here. So you have to sign a contract, but at the beginning they promised a lot more to achieve and to be in this career position. And then they are like, oh, you know what, we're not going to give that much, or it's not coming with benefits or something like that. So it could be very, very disappointing. And there could be also some kind of authority figure who might going to have a crush on you, and you have to handle that very well. Like, all right, you are my boss. I'm not going to go to intimate relationship with you. And also it could be like some kind of past relationship also could surface, but it could be actually like surfacing and it's bothering your career, right? Or maybe someone actually got hired at the same company who was your ex-partner or maybe ex-girlfriend, just a friend, and you're not really going to like it because you have a follow there. And then you're going to have also, you will definitely feel unsure about long-term commitment. It will be like I get a cold feet right now, and I'm not sure about that. Maybe I want to, go for more adventures, and I'm okay segregated. I need time to because Pisces is very like could be like away from everyone, and I need time for myself. And if you have a pressure from a significant other, it could be like, or it could be like new moon in seventh could bring an engagement or marriage, but you don't want to change your name, and the significant other is very upset. Why don't you take my name? That's not a true love, right? All right, Libra rising sun and moon, it's going to happen in your sixth house, and actually Jupiter is in your ninth house. So, sixth house, anything to do with new, what is that? Oh my God. Sixth house is daily routine health. That is your landlord, tenant. It is your coworker. It is your pet. It is your rental property. It is also your soulmate, right? And then, because passionate, karmic relationship is eighth house, fifth house is romance, sixth house is soulmate, seventh house is a regular relationship. It's a marriage, right? First marriage. So that's how it goes. And then it could actually bring in a lot of change in your health and in your daily routine. You're definitely going to need another opinion. If you get, diagnosed with something, go and get a second and third opinion because something is going on with there. And, you're going to see a lot of flaws right now, like, all right, I want to have a quick fix diet or, some kind of new healing methods, but I'm buying this kind of new machines because I expect too much from that, but it's not working. It's everything takes time and you have to be more patient. And also, there could be some kind of deadline coming up at work and you are really, really stressed out. And, you might not going to be able to go for that foreign trip or faraway country, or not see your sibling because of you have to work and you wanted to go to see your sibling. It could be like your coworker could disappear, or you know, just quit quickly, and you're going to have a lot more pressure work-wise on you. It could be also like some kind of legal issues coming up with work. Maybe you're going to go to a strike. Uranus is obviously, you know, still very close with that square with the full moon in in Leo on the 12th of February, right? So this is story over here because it's also happened in February. And it could be like, because sixth house also rules private hospitals, and it also rules the union, right? So the union, if you're a union worker, you go on strike and it's going to affect your job. So they want to fire you because you went on strike, but you will have to hire an attorney or go some kind of legal matter has to come into your life. Your spiritual philosophical beliefs, maybe at work you are not capable to have your religion openly, and that's why you sue the company, something like that. It could be also a mentor or a teacher, you know, then you start to study or to work for someone who is your mentor or teacher. But there is a lot of deceit. There is a lot of like control from the mentor, and you cannot really bring in your own creativity. And you have a lot of creativity right now, especially you are a Libra. It could also have you have a pet, because six house also rules the pet, and it could acquire immediate attention right now. Your pet health, for example. And you know, because of Uranus also, just 2 weeks before, squares the Leo moon, it could be something with seizures. So careful what kind of vaccine you give for the pet, because it could create seizures. All right, Scorpio rising sun and moon, it's going to happen in your fifth house and eighth house. It is very, very investment based or intimacy-based houses over here. So eighth house actually everything to do with your shared resources, anything to do with transformation and finances, occult psychology, tax, debt, you know, like something could come up for you with taxation right now. And the new moon is in your fifth house. The fifth house is winning, you know. And then also I have it's romance as well, and your children and creativity. You might going to need to rewrite something. If you're writing a crime book or psychology book or sexual, some very sexual or occult book, you have to revisit that and rewrite it before you're going to publish. Or, you know, it could be like you invested in something because of your creative project and the person is not actually accomplishing what promised. So it could be some kind of argument because of that. And there could be some kind of romantic issue as well. Maybe your romantic partner want to have a baby and maybe you don't want to have a baby over there. It could actually bring in some kind of, you know, abortion issues over here. It's a square, and Jupiter is in detriment, so it could be something with a pregnancy not necessarily manifesting here. You know, if you want to have loans, and maybe your child needs some kind of loans and start child education or professional league, or maybe they are singers, and right now you need a manager and an agent, and you have to have a second mortgage to support your child, and it is a pressure on you. Or maybe you want to actually, you know, publish your artwork and open maybe a beautiful showcase for your photography or something like that, and you know, then you need money for that, so you need to have some kind of debt or apply for something which is helping first business owners, kind of loan, some kind of loan is coming in, but the APR could be very, very high, and it could be risky at this moment. But definitely astrology, occult, and psychology, if you would like to be a forensic astrologer or a forensic science, go ahead, because it could be really, really good. Old wounds could resurface, some kind of old relationship could come in. All right, Sagittarius rising sun and moon, it's going to happen actually in your fourth house, and Jupiter is in your seventh house. Jupiter in the seventh could actually bring in, you know, like blessing ending. So Jupiter, the seventh house, anything to do with partnership, significant others. It is your followers, it legal matters as well. And the fourth house, anything with your history, family, real estate, living situation, family matters, right? So, so it could be some kind of family dispute, right? It could be like a parent or sibling going to reveal some kind of surprising news over there. Maybe it is like, you know what, you have a sibling and you never knew about that because I gave up my firstborn for adoption. It could be some kind of home renovation, but the home renovation going to bring in delays. And there could be some kind of also hidden truth in the family matters going to surface, and it's going to actually change your view about some kind of relatives in the family. Definitely the home buying or anything to do with renovation could bring in some kind of tension, right? Also, if you feel called to connect with your own roots, maybe you want to do some kind of ancestral work, or maybe you want to visit your hometown, maybe you want to do something with ancestry and find out a family tree, it could happen right now. Opportunity to relocate, opportunity actually, the new moon over here definitely going to bring you an opportunity to relocate until September. Actually, that's what I really, really want, you know, because I'm looking for a house right now. And some kind of real estate deal could be like, oh my God, it's good to be true, right? Kind of situation like I really want it, but you are scared a little bit because it's too good to be true. But before you buy the real estate, please make sure the documents or, you know, the license is not already, the title is not already sold to someone or something like that, because it could be some kind of unexpected surprise with the title there. And it could be like family members going to ask for example, um, financial help. All right, Capricorn rising sun and moon, it's going to happen in your third house, and Jupiter is in your sixth house, right? So anything to do with communication, siblings, travel, work, you know, work life, daily responsibilities. And the sixth house is your daily routine, right? Anything to do with your tenants, with your pet, with your rental property. It could actually lead to you know, like health routine going to require an adjustment, for example, for you guys, and maybe a second opinion will be needed. It could be like long work hours coming up and you're going to get exhausted, or, you know, misdiagnosis definitely could come up right now and you're going to have tension because of that. And also, it feel like if you are in school or doing a workshop, you want to change the teacher and you want to get back your money because you might not going to actually like what you learn over here. And then also it could bring in some kind of miscommunication as well with siblings, neighbors, some kind of gossip around you. You know, unclear messages, maybe with the HOA if you are living a community, right? Anything to do with an old friend, it could reappear in your life, for example, and it's going to bring in nostalgia, but also some kind of you know, like I have to check if it's wise to reconnect with this person. And the social media post also could actually create some kind of issue at work. So be careful with that. And it could be also like a short distance travel. You want to go somewhere, but maybe to visit your sibling or you know your aunt and uncle, but you can only go if you finish the deadline over there. All right, Aquarius rising sun and moon. It's going to happen in your second house, and Jupiter is in your fifth house. All right, let me pause this because of I have to just get marked on just a second. Pause. All right, Aquarius rising sun and moon. I'm gonna start over here. So the new moon is going to happen in your second house, and Jupiter is in your fifth house, right? So what's gonna happen for you? The second house is anything to do with your income. It's your self-worth. It's your finances. You know, anything to do with your possession. And then also that's your values, morals, and the food what you eat. And the fifth house, anything to do with your romance, creativity, children, personal project, anything to do with lottery winning as well. So what's going to happen over here? And it's representing investment as well. So most likely you're going to have some kind of creative project that could require actually some kind of funding, right? And it's going to be a lot of money. So you might have to take a loan, or you might have to take that out from your saving account, second house is saving account. Or you're going to get a financial opportunity and it's going to be some kind of sidekick job, but maybe it could be like, all right, it takes too much time and it's not paying very well, but you still have to do it, and it's going to be a little bit of frustrating. It could be also like your romantic partner has a like increasing his or her spending habits, and you will have to actually, put a stop on it, or you might want to get a gift for someone, or a engagement ring, and it's cost a lot of money. And you can also like, all right, I actually undervalued myself. I provide a lot of things for people, and I supposed to raise my salary. I supposed to raise my income, but they're going to have some kind of resistance for that. Your client may be like, okay, if you raising, I'm not gonna hiring you kind of situation here. That could be also some kind of unexpected gift and inheritance coming for you as well. But it could be like a gift from maybe a romantic partner, but it could be like a lover. It could be someone who has a crush on you, and you might don't want to take that kind of gift. Or you are actually taking on to a big purchase, and it could be something with an artwork, and it's cost over 1 million, and you thought maybe it's 700,000, but it's cost over 1 million, or maybe even a watch, and it's cost a lot of money. There could be also like you winning something, maybe a lottery, but you have to give half of it because of, you bought the ticket with someone else as well. Or, maybe you are living in a relationship, even if it's domestic partner, something like that, and you have to share the money there. And your self-worth going to get tested right now, because of, do I worth that much? Because of somehow my finances doesn't show, and you can have some kind of self-worth or self-confidence issue here. You have to reconsider your financial goals, and you have to get some kind of sidekick job, definitely. Some kind of side hustle, and it has to be something to do with entrepreneur. But because you are an entrepreneur, you might going to need to invest first in the job, which is like, all right, later on it's gonna go very well, but right now at this moment, it could take a lot of money away from me. Pisces rising sun and moon, my dear Piscean, fellow Pisceans, the new moon is in the first house, Jupiter in the fourth house. Fourth house, family, history, relocation, real estate, anything to do with your land ancestry. And the new moon in the first house is everything about you, your self-confidence, the way you pretend, right? That is your avatar. So you will feel very magical. Actually, Pisces, you will feel very magical, even if it's going to square with your ruler. You feel loved, and you're going to have a lot of attention, and maybe the family are overwhelmed with you. And it could be like, maybe if you have your Pisces sun and you having birthday around this time, and you're doing big birthday party, and the family has to work very hard to do some kind of big birthday party for you. So it could be some kind of conflict over that, but definitely you're going to spark, and you're going to be very magical. You're going to have a lot of intuition, lucid dreams. You're going to find out something, maybe a hidden truth about your parents, your father figure, and something, in your ancestry. Maybe you're going to get a gift, like a family tree gift, right? And then you see, oh, my grandfather, not my grandfather. And it could be something to do with renovation or relocation. Maybe you are house hunting, and right now that is a lot of pressure on you. Just in general, in your vitality, health, you are tired, you are overwhelmed from this. And it could be also like some kind of identity crisis. It is like, you know what, I want to change. I want a totally new form right now. And I want to change my avatar. I want to change the way I respond to situation, or even the connection with my family, because it could be overwhelming. I'm calling my mother every day, and I'm just gonna call 3 times a week, for example. and because I have other responsibilities. It could be also like you are called, and it's almost like a calling here, and you will. It's a spiritual calling, so you will definitely feel like, oh, you're going to be more psychic and more intuitive, and you download a lot of information. Um, but somehow there also could be some kind of self-doubt as well, maybe even with your intuition. Am I crazy? Or do I really have this intuition? I have some kind of auditory intuition, like or I'm going crazy right now kind of situation. Then some kind of old kind of dream also could be, like available right now, something to do with, okay, I wanted to be a pianist, I wanted to be a violinist, and it's coming back to you right now. All right, guys. So if you loved my videos, please subscribe, like, and comment below. And right now, actually, we're going to go and do a short meditation for you guys. So I want you to actually put on some kind of whale music or raindrop or ocean sound. Would be really great because that is a Piscean full moon here, right? And I want to make sure we are connected with our Pisces self. All right, so this is actually, I would like you to find a comfortable place and also close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, exhale. This new moon in Pisces is invisible to the eye, yet its presence is deeply felt, a quiet force of compassion, magic, and renewal. Beneath the vast sky, where the stars twinkle like whispers from ancient souls, we step into the unseen, embrace a lunar energy, a world between worlds. Inhale, exhale slowly. Mouth in, nose out, mouth in, nose out. You walk barefoot along the shoreline. The cool, silky sand molding to your every step. The ocean breeze carries the scent of salt, seaweed, and the Palo Santo smoke, wrapping around you like a familiar lullaby. The waves kiss the shore in an endless rhythm, their whispers merging with the distant hum of fishermen singing old songs to the tides. Songs their ancestors once sang under this very sky. Inhale deeply, then exhale out all the stress. Further ahead, a bonfire flickers like a heartbeat, casting golden light upon the faces of women draped in flowing white silk, their dresses dancing with the wind like waves upon the shore. They move in circles, feet tapping the earth in harmony with the slow, steady pulse of a drum. It sounds like vibrating in the chest, calling something ancient within you to awaken. Inhale, exhale, mouth in, nose out. Through the moon cannot be seen, its presence is undeniable. It hums in the water, it breathes in the air, it sings through the dolphins leaping joyfully in the distance and the deep, resonant call of the whales far beyond the horizon. You inhale deeply again, letting the ocean fill your lungs, the ocean air fill your lungs, your spirit, your soul. With each breath, you shed the weight of the past. Like the tide you release, you let go, you surrender to the unseen forces guiding you. As your eyes close, you feel the veil between worlds soften. Your spirit guides step forward, whispering truths that have always been within you. You are creation. You are movement. You are infinite. Life is not a path to walk, but a dance to feel. A vision forms, the Akashic record open before you, revealing your past, your future, and the endless stories your soul has lived. In this sacred moment, you understand. Life is about weaving magic, embracing fluidity, creating beauty, and surrendering to the cosmic rhythm. The drums intensify and the woman beckon you to join. You dance. You twirl, you sway, you rise like the tide, becoming one with the rhythm of the existence. The ocean, the stars, the unseen moon, they all dance with you, a celestial symphony of spirit, water, and fire. And as the night deepens, you remember you are limitless, bound only by the stories you choose to believe. You are the unseen moon, mysterious, magical, and full of quiet power. You are the ocean, eternal, deep, and endlessly creating. And so you dance. Open your eyes, take a deep breath, wiggle your toes, your fingers. Welcome back. Thank you so much to be here with me. Try to manifest the new moon in your houses, the opportunity with the new moon, and try not to really focus on the square over here right now because it could be really magical, guys. Thank you so much to being here with me. Bye for now.